don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's August the 6th, the first Saturday in a brand new month, which means it's time for a brand new mission inspiration over on our Art Challenge Facebook group. And this month the Art Challenge for August is word art. Word art with some nice bright colours. So choose one word and decorate your page, or choose many to create a word cascade. Okay. Don't think I'm going to be doing lots of different words. I think I'm only going to be doing one, I think. And seeing as we're in the height of summer, lights are a bit, we're in the height of summer, then we may as well do something a bit florally, I think. So for this challenge then, I've dusted off my Dina Wakley multi-surface journal. Not many pages left. I'm going to be working in this side for this challenge, and I think I might even do it that way up. So what I've done is I've gone rooting through my 12 by 12 paper stash and I found this piece. So this is from the trying to see what the name is on it. It doesn't actually say what the name is. What the collection? Oh, Nature's Sketchbook Collection. There you go. So I've got a sheet of paper from that, and I think this is what I'm going to create my words out of. So I'm going to cut them from the page. So what have I got here? Is this a black pencil or is it covered in paint? No, that'll work. I'm going to kind of roughly sketch out where my letters are going to go, and then I'm going to cut them out, and to make sure I've got enough space, I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. Let's just go ahead and just do it and play it by eye, I think. So first of all, let's cut the paper in half. So the word that I want to use has got 5 letters in it, so we'll just go ahead and start cutting out, I think, roughly, without planning. Just roughly. Right, so try and keep them similar kind of size, I think. Try to make them a tad whimsical, but not too much. And then this will be a fairly easy-ish one. Maybe not precise, but it'll do. Catching my fingers on the side of the paper now. So again, we'll just do, just so I kind of got a rough size of where I'm going. Doesn't need to be exact, obviously, otherwise I would have printed something out, maybe. That's upside down now, both of those are upside down. Alright, and then we've got the last letter. Let's see where we've got. So we've just got a little bit of space up there, haven't we? So we're about that height, and it needs to be tall and thin. So let's do this way. I can't say that I've ever really cut out or hand cut out letters in this way before. So this is a new one for me. From all the way up. Ah, ta-da! Oh, right, okay, so we need to cut some out from there as well. Ow! Just stabbed myself in the finger. Don't do what I've just done and push through with your blade, because you're liable to cut yourself or stab yourself in the finger. There you go. There's my warning for this project. Substitute on the paper. There we go, that's better. And I think it probably would be better if you did do it rough, because it shows that you have done it by hand, rather than maybe doing it out on the computer and then, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, what I'm driving at. Do it rough, rough and ready. There you go. Who doesn't like a bit of rough and ready? Answers on a postcard, please. Right, so there, and then one more, I think. So it's another warm one today. Windows are open. Ian's already been out cutting the grass in the garden, and the neighbours are out screaming and shouting, because that's what my neighbours do. When it gets warm, they're out in the garden causing a ruckus. There we go. Excellent, like it. Right, so we can get rid of all those scraps. I can go in the firebox. Right, so first of all then, before we stick this down, we need to create some kind of background. So let's get some gesso. I am still recording. Yes, I am. I couldn't see the record flashy lighty thing on my camera then for a second. Right, let's get some white gesso down. Just throw it on. So if you're wondering, that page that's on the opposite side, the date on that is 2017. 8th of November 2017. I've had this book a while. It's because of the different types of paper in it. It's not a journal I jump to all the time, because there's a lot of Adhesion, there's a lot of the brown craft card, and you know, you've got to be in the mood for those kind of pages. And I obviously was in November of 2017 to do a page on that Hessian. But hey, not today. Okay, right, so the gesso is on there, but while it's still wet, let's bring in some kind of happy colours. Yeah, that could almost be a kind of Bob Ross kind of comment, wasn't it? Happy colours, like happy trees. Right, there's not a lot of this blue paint left, so let's just bring it down to the front. There we go. Don't need a lot. That'll do. That'll do. So while the gesso's still warm, still wet, that's it. Let's just create a little bit of mottling, a little bit of a ground in that background. So we've got that. So do we have any yellow? I've got some olive. Let's do it. I wonder where the yellow's gone then. Oh, it's there right in front of me. I used it recently, didn't I? Bit of olive green. Look at that. Dirty olive. I like it. So yellow, or lemon, I should say. Bit of lemon. And I'm just blending, brush strokes. That's all it is. It's not hard. It's not difficult. You just push the paint around with your brush. Bit of pink. Ooh, way too much there. Okay, so a bit runnier than I wanted. Okay, move on to the orange. Bit of cheddar. Is it cheddar? Yes, it is cheddar. I should have shook these up before using them, shouldn't I? Shook them up. Put a bit there. Paintbrush looks nice. Looks almost edible. I love this kind of motley backgrounds because once they've been created, it's sorry, the neighbours are shouting now. They must be having an argument. It's almost impossible to recreate it. So the page itself becomes almost unique. Now, I'm going to use a colour that I don't often use, because those of you that have followed me for a long time know that I don't like purple, but I'm going to use a little, tiny little bit, just a tiny little bit. This is the reason why I don't particularly like it that much, because it's too dark. Right, okay, so let's try and dilute that a little bit. But it might actually work with the colours that are, there we go, that's better. Just a tiny little bit of gesso over the top, and it just mutes it right down to a kind of lavender kind of look, doesn't it? Right, so we need a little bit more, I think. We've got some greens in there, maybe a few more pinks. Let's just do some blushing. Up there, bit there, bit there maybe. Where else? Bit in the middle. Not a huge amount though. That's it, just soften. Just soften it a little bit. Okay, so what else? What have we got here? Ruby. Ruby, ruby, ruby. Darkish colour, so that can go towards the outside, maybe there. I'm just going through my collection now, just grabbing out random colours. There we go. So I apologise in advance if my neighbours start screaming and shouting that loud that you can hear it, and hopefully there won't be any bad language. But you know, oh, that's just dirtied that up a bit, hasn't it? But that's okay. Like we did with the purple. Let's just lighten it. Gone a bit grey, hasn't it? Okay, I'll tell you what is missing now then. We need to bring some more of that yellow back. We need to brighten it back up again. I think. So let's just get some, ooh, oh, I'm having one of them days. Can you tell? Do you remember the day when Mike knocked over the gesso? All over his page? Yeah. Good grief. I'll deal with that in a minute. Right. Right, I'm adding the yellow back to that forefront because we've got yellow in the paper. Right, so yes, that if you could hear that in the background. Right, a bit more pink, just to that 4. I think one more touch of green, I think. Now on the camera, on my computer screen that I'm looking at, this looks really green, but on the actual camera, it looks greener. So, oh. Right. Little touch of green there. We've got some green there already. I'm going to bring some green down at the bottom there. And then grab some of that white. That's messing up my desktop. I'm just pushing those darker colours into the background now. More of that white. Yeah, a bit too much I think. So what I'm going to do is just grab that. I'm just going to start lifting some of it off again. It's kind of dulled it down a little bit there. So I need something just to pep it back up again. Oh, do you know, I should have seen that one coming. Right. Certainly not having much luck today. My own fault. It's my own fault. Right, so that's brought a lot of that off. So again, right, let's try and work it so we get some of that colour back in. Blue. Blue. We need blue. So let's get some blue down there. I'm happy with the rest of this bit up top. It's just down here. That's kind of let me down a little bit. Okay, so that's okay. Yellow. Yellow now. Small dots. Just small, tiny little dots. Get in there. Okay. And then I think just a tiny, tiny, tiny little drop of orange. And then I'm going to say, yes, that'll do. Just there. Maybe just there, like that. Just a smidge. You see, my brain's going, no, no, add a bit more blue, add a bit more blue, a bit more blue here. So let's just go the smallest amount. Okay, happy with that. All right, so now radical step. Radical step. If I can find it. There it is. Right, I'm going to grab my splatter brush, which is completely dirty. And I need to go and clean that right. Be right back. I'm back. Right. Move that out of the way. So we did say splatter brush. I did wash it. That'll do. That's all we need. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid back on there. I'll give it a proper wipe down in a minute. Babby wipe. Right, let's see if we can get most of this up. Right, I'll let me have a clean up, a tidy up, and I'm going to see if I can try and coax my heat gun into life. I do have a replacement, but I'm waiting for this one just to pop its clogs because it's about ready to join the choir invisible. The background's all dry, as you can tell, because I've laid out my letters now ready to stick down. So I'm going to start off with the B, and then I'm going to stick down the M, and then I can work my way into the middle. So this is just, it was just white PVA. Having one of those days today when technology and resources do not want to play ball. But hey ho, here we go, that's better. Right. This is just white standard school glue PVA that I've put into a fine point applicator, just because. Right, so the B can go down there. So with it just being PVA, it will dry completely clear, which is what we want. Right, so the L. Right. Can go just like that. And we'll take that first. I did say about doing the outer ones first, didn't I? I've not even followed my own advice there. I know, I could hear you shouting. I could hear you going, no, you said. There you go. It's that psychic TV link we've got. Right. Let's shift that out of the way now and stick that right up there. Right, so we've now got space to put these two O's. So we'll do them like so, just like that, I think. Right, let's do it at a little bit of an angle. And then this one can come down there like so. Is it a bit too, yeah, move it over a little bit. Twist it a little, and then that can sit just like that. That'll do. Doesn't offend my sensibilities at all. Okay, a little bit at an angle. There we go, right. So we'll just need a few seconds just to let that grab, sit and grab, and then we can come in and do a little bit of outlining. So I'm now, while that's drying, I've got to go and find a food ball pen or food A ball pen. Back in a mo. It's been a few minutes. Those letters have had a chance to stick down a bit. So foodie ball, whichever way you want to pronounce it, for the purists. So what I'm going to do now is just go around scribbly wise and just allow the edge of the paper to inform and guide the pen. So just go gentle, all gentle like, Ugh, see, I knew that'd happen. But that's okay. That's okay. Absolute rubbish today. Bom, bom, bom. We all have those type of days where we can't control our own fingers. Right, so while I was doing that, I forgot to talk, which is fine. I'll just put some music in the edit. Right, so yes, I have gone over in a couple of places. That's fine. That's not a problem. We can always kind of like put in a few deliberate kind of faux stitchy kind of, yeah, this kind of device works really well. Just to maybe hide if you've been to do a few boo-boos like I have. That'll do. It kind of draws your eyes away from it. So what I'm also going to do is do a kind of squiffly border, like so, just kind of up and down, because borders are also good for kind of, if you've got darker areas within your picture and you want something to kind of marry it all up, then do it with a border. Do it with a border. Okay, so we've got that. So what I want to do now is just kind of add in maybe a few kind of doodly flowers. And they don't have to be any particular style. Just real simple. Doodles. See, works a treat. And then of course you can add in doodle dots, which are also a fabulous device for making things look coherent, just like splashes and splatters. Whichever way you like to do your doodle dots. I like to do mine in groups of 3. It just really is a cool way of just helping to make your page a bit more coherent. There we go. So again, if you wanted to, you could go around the inside of your letters, adding in faux stitching. whichever you want to do. But I'm going to draw that to a close. I'm going to say that's enough for me today. So what I'll have to do now is just sign and date it. So today is the 6th of the 8th month, August 22. So there we go. So that is my word art journal page for the month of August 2022's Mission Inspiration. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me put this little art journal page together. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again next week. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.